All right, all right, all right. Welcome to my channel, So Much Talent. My name is Alethea, and let me just say this as a disclaimer. All right, I am what I'm going to be today. All right, you're going to get what you're going to get today. I woke up like this. This is how I truly woke up this morning with a few little things. Um, but yeah, if it don't bother you, it don't bother me. All right, so I'm in today. I'm going to talk about a little bit of, share some zipper tips, um, zipper tutorials, and how to put in zippers. I guess I should have got my fabric and my zippers on board first. And then I'm gonna be altering a wool coat today. All right, so I'm gonna quickly share this out. So give me just a hot second. There we go. All right. And let me look at my comments, make sure I got everybody. If you're in and you can comment, just say hello and welcome. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Uh, my Wi-Fi is slow. I don't know if the weather is affecting my Wi-Fi, but it's saying check my Wi-Fi. So I hope you all can hear me okay. If not, we may have to try this another time. I need to get my earbud too. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for the one person that's in. Hey, Nina, how art thou? Thank you for coming in on this side. Just looking real quick to see if I have my, um, grab my earbuds real quick so y'all can hear me a little bit better. Grab my fabric. We're going to work on some zippers for a little bit. All right. So I might be talking a little bit loud today. All right. Hello, hello, hello. For whoever else just joined us. I'm grabbing invisible zipper. Got a host of zippers. And I am going to, let's see. That's like a jean zipper there. That's the invisible zipper. And I want to do like a regular center zipper, which would be, I might need that one. All right, so I get to show you one other technique too on how to actually replace a zipper or reset a zipper. So I'll be talking about that too. I'll be right back. Second here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Just trying to wait till a couple more folks coming in. Just give it a bit of time. Y'all, am I the only one that collect water? Like I have water everywhere. I hope everybody's doing well today. We are dealing with a little ice storm, a little winter weather here. It's got a little bit of snow, which is unusual for these parts. I'm in Georgia, Augusta, Georgia to be exact, about 2 hours outside of Atlanta. And yeah, we normally don't get snow around this time. Let's see. Okay, I hope y'all can hear me a little bit better. Thank you so much for the likes. All right, so I'm gonna turn that down this way like this, and hopefully you all can see it okay this way. All right. All right, so I'm going to share before I get started. I'll be spending most of this time is the majority of my time on here today, working on a wool coat that I have to alter. But I did want to, since we are still in the stash busting month, and this is still the week for stash busting with using the techniques of zippers. So most of you that are following here know that we're in that stash busting fast and know what the whole deal is. But we're focusing on techniques. Yes, we're trying to bust our stash. We're sewing from our stash. Try not to sew from buy fabrics or patterns or anything like that. And let me just say this, y'all. Mimi just dropped her pattern or freebie PDF for the I guess it's the Annie sweat cardigan sweater, sweater duster. So I was scrolling to see who all is in there getting that pattern because all you had to do was put Annie and you get the free the PDF download. All right, y'all. I ain't gonna shame y'all like that. I ain't gonna do that. So anyway, that's your business if you do it. If you decide to buy, that's fine. But the goal of the Stash Busting Challenge for this month is to buy no patterns and buy no patterns, including PDF patterns, because we want to sew from our stash. We want to deplete as much of our stash as we possibly can when it comes to fabric, and we want to utilize as many patterns as we possibly can. Hopefully, you introduce yourself to a new pattern that's in your stash that you haven't used before. The first week, yeah, I downloaded it. I didn't know how to get it out. Oh, you didn't know how to get it out once you download it? We'll talk about that. Inbox me if you still have trouble with it, and we'll see if I can talk you through it if that's what you're talking about. Um, but yeah, so this is a good way to use some patterns that you haven't used before. Um, just because we buy patterns, fabrics, all the whole 9 yards. I've already said all of this. So anyway, with that being said, I want to show some zipper techniques. I told you in the last video that I was going to try to find the video that I actually made where I did a zipper class. And so I don't know if I erased that, and I'm just in contemplation of creating a whole new one because that was outdated. But I am going to redo that zipper class. But for now, I can show you a couple of techniques now. Yeah. Oh, so you did get the free pattern. Okay. All right. So I ain't gonna hold it against you, Nina. I ain't gonna hold it against you. Long as you busting stash, hope you sewing from your stash. Because there might be some fabrics that are on sale too right now. This is the first of the year. And usually they're trying to get rid of fabrics and patterns and all that good stuff. All right, so first of all, let me just say this. I did find my sided zipper foot that I was looking for. I don't know if you was on the last video. I was throwing the fanny pack. I found the one side, and one is a left foot zipper. Let's see if I can get that out. Okay. All right, so one is a left foot zipper and a right foot. Like you can, this allows you to sew close to the zipper teeth without going into the zipper teeth. So you can get as close as possible as you can. You can use this foot for invisible zippers as well. And it's also for cording. Like if you're sewing against cording, this allows you to get as close up to the cording as you possibly can. Um, so there's no slack there. All right, so those are the regular zipper feet. There's also the narrow foot. I want to show you that too. And then there's a road, the invisible zipper foot. Um, let's see. Okay, there's my. That's I have my foot on my machine. That's why I can't find it. All right, so this is the invisible zipper foot. Now, this I'm working with a commercial Juki DDL 8700. My machine is probably, let's see, my youngest son is 25, soon to be 26. So I've had my machine probably for about 24 years now. And it's a workhorse, and I don't ever plan on getting rid of it. Did you really? Awesome. So you got to share it, Nina, and tag us in it. Make sure you're using the hashtag 2025 SMT 2025 stash busting. And then I think it's stash busting or stash busting challenge. It don't matter. I'll find it. Or just so much talent, hashtag so much talent. But yeah, we want to see your projects with your zippers. So this is the invisible zipper foot. That was what I used for my industrial machine, and I'm gonna grab the ones for a domestic machine or a home machine. So I'm gonna try because I'm not too good with all of that. Okay, I understand. All right, so this is the narrow zipper foot. So when you want to sew on the zipper tape, but sometimes when you're sewing on the zipper, your foot, because of all of the, let me see how close I can get to this. All right. So sometimes all of this, the foot, how wide it is, it won't let you get past the zipper, across the zipper. So in order to be able to sew along that zipper tape, sometimes you need a narrow foot. So that's the narrow foot. Um, this is the left and right foot. That one, left and right. So for each side. And then that is the invisible zipper foot. And you can see it has the channels to feed over the zipper teeth. All right, that's what makes it easy to feed over. Okay. All right. So those are my zipper teeth for my invisible, for my industrial. Let me grab this for these are the parts for domestic machine. Now I have the heavy duty Singer machine that I use when I do when I add on buttonholes and I'm doing some kind of satin stitching or things like that, something basic or zigzag stitching. I need my domestic machine because mine won't allow me to do that. This one won't. Um, Now I don't see it in here, but I do know that this did come, I think, with an invisible foot. No, it came with a rolled hem foot. Excuse me. All right, so this is basically what the zipper foot looks like for the domestic machine. And you see it has two sides. So it's the left side and the right side or vice versa. So you clamp it on and use it for whichever side you use it on. Okay, well, that you need to. So it's kind of like this one. It's kind of like this, but it's built into one. Okay, so if you had these two side by side and was able to clamp them on, you can kind of see that's what you get. Okay, so this just made it into one. You could also use this for a um, invisible zipper as well, or either you would use a narrow foot like this. But there are parts that you can purchase um, outside of what comes with the machine. I think it's sewingmachinepartsonline.com is where you can purchase parts for your machine. All you would have to do is put in the model number. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, all you would need to do is put in the model number uh, for that. I had to sneeze. Sorry. Okay. You see, yeah, that's the one I use on my machine. The one that I just showed. Yeah. So it is very handy and helpful to have the machines, to have the tools available that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and work with my Zipple. I just made up a new word. Invisible zipper foot. Hey, that might be something to remember. Invisible. Making up new words. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this invisible zipper foot. Now, what I would recommend, and I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick. I would recommend when you are, I don't know how you did yours, Nina, because congratulations to you. You said you put yours in using, installing the invisible zipper for the first time. So I would recommend when you do the foot, invisible zipper, go ahead and press that open, the zipper T. See how it rolls in like this? And on this side, you don't see it because it's going to be just like that, invisible. All right. So, but when you're sewing it, you want to get as close to the teeth as possible. So it's always a good idea to open it flat out like that. And I don't know if you can see it right along the groove right here is where you'll be sewing. It's close. It's almost like a little channel that you can see. I like to call it a little lane. So right there along that little lane up against the zipper is where you should be sewing. So I'm gonna go ahead and press that open and I will be right back. I'm also gonna just cut a few samples of squares. Not sure if I want to use this piece or not. I may want to make a jacket out of that. I think I want to use that. I want to find another piece of fabric. I'm going to use, trying to find me a solid piece of fabric. I'm trying to use my regular fabric. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if how well this white will translate on. Y'all see that okay? I don't know how well it'll translate. Oh, you said yes, that's what I did with my invisible zipper. Did two and one. So I had the invisible zipper I did and I put it in set in sleeves. Awesome. Yeah, see, that's what I like. Kill two birds with one stone. Good. Yeah, my next one, the pattern that I'm getting ready to use, I think I shared it. I think it was on the other night when I did the fanny pack. The pattern, I'll show it again. I'm going to be using set in sleeve and I'm going to use it for the notch collar portion of my sewing. I think this pattern, I don't think it has darts in it. But we'll talk about that in a minute too. All right, so let me I'm gonna cut my iron on. Okay, let me cut my iron on real quick so I can open that up. While I'm waiting on my iron to warm up, while I'm waiting on the iron to warm up, um, I think you were on there the other night, Nina. But this is the fanny pack that I made um, Tuesday night on right here on YouTube. So you can go back and check that out. So I installed this zipper in there, which is a sports zipper. This is actually a reversible zipper that I use, but I liked it because of the weight of it. And so only thing that I have to do now is to add the strap to it. And I was on YouTube, on Instagram, and I was just saying this, but I found a strap that I wanted to use. However, I didn't purchase it because I wasn't sure that um, if it was what I should do, because I wasn't sure if it was part of the fabric. But most people say that it's notions, so I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So now I'll go back and get it. Now that I know it's not, the strap is not considered fabric, but it's considered a notion. Okay. All right. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to cut a few pieces of my fabric, kind of like what I did here. I just cut squares of or rectangles of fabric so I can use as samples to sew in my zippers. All right, so I'm going to do that here. As a matter of fact, you know what? I had some denim, but I'm going to use that because I might use it for another fanny pack. So I probably won't use this. So I'm going to use this as my tutorial. And it don't have to be perfect. Put the rest of that to the side. And oh, you did? You watched me do this? Awesome. All right, so I have two here, and I may just keep it at the two. You seen me do the sports zipper, pretty much this type of zipper the other night. So I'm just going to leave that one off to the side. But I will do the invisible zipper, and I will do the I'll probably do a lap zipper is what I'll do on this one. I'll do a lap zipper. All right, so let me go. I'm going to iron this zipper. As you can see, it's a little bit bent, so I'm going to smooth it out, and then I'm going to iron open my invisible zipper. I'm going to share another pattern that would be good for the lapel that we do on the fourth week. No, still open, still different. Probably won't use the whole zipper. What is that button? Right. I got over here. I pulled out a few patterns that I was thinking about using for zipper techniques. This was one of them. I did want to try to do some kind of jacket like that, something simple. I don't think I'll get to that. We've already done one zipper project. I pulled this dress out because it does have zippers and it have the waist zippers and the side dart zippers. So that was one thing I was thinking about doing. I pulled this pattern out because I was thinking about using it for a notch collar, and I have a nice faux animal print fabric, faux fur animal print fabric that I could use for that. And this was another jacket that I've always liked. It's an oldie but goodie, but it had the notch collars, the notch lapel collars right there. I was thinking about using it. And then this is one that I was working on with a friend of mine. She was working on this and had some questions about it. So I pulled this out to work right alongside with her on this one. And I like this pattern. As a matter of fact, I have it here. So I've had it up under some stuff, but I only made, I didn't cut the whole jacket out, just only to the waist. I think it has a waist seam here, so I only cut the top part of it out. But you can see where I add the lapels in. It's not lined or anything yet, but we'll talk about that. That's one of the things that we're going to do on the last week is the lapels. Okay, so but this is a very attractive jacket pattern. All right, so we'll talk more about that later. All right, so let's see here. I am going to, let me see if I can share this out real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna keep my yellow thread on, the thread that I have in the machine. I'm gonna keep it on. Now, one of the things that's important to establish the top of the zipper, and once you get to the end of the zipper where you're gonna be sewing, where your zipper stop is gonna be, you want to focus on that too. All right, so I'm going to establish the beginning where the zipper teeth, the top of the zipper, the stop should be, and I'm going to focus on the bottom zipper stop. So because I'm practicing here, I'm just probably going to stop somewhere along here. Okay. I'm just creating myself a stop for practice purposes. All right, now you can clip those areas or you can just mark them like I did. But one thing I want to do is mark. Well, once I get one side in, then I'll mark the other side. Okay, where I'm going to be sewing. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Don't forget to share this out. All right, so I'll push this piece to the side. All right, now when I sew an invisible zipper, I don't like to sew the bottom. Let me just move this up a little bit because I want to show you this. Let me get this off. I'm gonna stop a little bit further up because I want you to see. I'm gonna stop about right here. All right. So this is what I have here. So I'm gonna start right here, but I'm gonna end here. Now this would be whether it's your side seam or your back seam or even your front seam. For me, when I put in my visible zippers, I don't like to sew the seam up. They'll tell you in the pattern instructions to go ahead and sew the seam up from the bottom of the zipper down. But I don't like to do that because if you notice, if you've ever put in a zipper, the bottom of the zipper sometimes it has a little teeny pucker at the bottom, and that's because one side fed differently than the other side. So in order to avoid that, you can actually leave the bottom open and sew up to the zipper and make everything even. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the one side in. So I've marked the top part of the zipper, and I'm going to line up the stop at the top. Okay, with that the line that I marked. Now you can pin this. I don't like to pin a whole lot, but if I'm working with a slippery fabric or fabric that if it's I'm working with a fabric that's challenged and I need to, then I'll go ahead and pin it. Now the way this zipper teeth way this foot works is two-sided, so you got to make sure you feed your teeth in the right channel. Because if not, you'll be sewing outside of the zipper and not on the zipper. All right. So in this case, I'm working with this will be the right side of the pants or the skirt. This piece is, it feels like the left, but it's actually when you do it, you're working on the opposite side. So it'll be actually the right side. So you want to make sure that your channel is on the right, correct side. Right. So I like to go ahead and put my needle down in the fabric to anchor the fabric in place and the zipper in place. Then I start getting everything lined up the way it should be. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my zipper where the stop is here at the bottom. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. Trying to see out. That's too much. Okay. So see where that zipper, I make my markings right there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch, and I like to use a 3.0 stitch. I am going to back stitch, but now that I have my um, foot in, and then I like to go ahead and cut this off. Once I've stitched a couple of stitches, I know that the fabric is the thread. I'm sorry, the thread is anchored in there. It's not going to slip out of the needle. I go ahead and start sewing. Now, because I've pressed this already, it's laying open, so that way it's going to get that much closer to the needle. I'm not pulling on the fabric. I'm letting it glide through easily. And once I get to that zipper stop, get there and I'm gonna back up. Okay. Need to pull this out some so you can see it. Okay. All right. Now, one of the things I'd encourage you to do is that if you are working with a fabric, well, any fabric really, you should stabilize the back of the zipper. Uh, hey, Kim, how art thou, Miss Kimmy? Good morning. Is it morning there? No, it's not morning where you are. You like me, I call everything morning. But you want to stabilize the back of your zipper because your fabric is stretched out of shape. And that's another reason why sometimes you will get a pucker at the end of your zipper if you're doing a visible zipper. So make sure you stabilize the back. I didn't do it on here. This is just a sample. But definitely make sure you stabilize it. Even in knit fabrics, there's a tricot knit interfacing. And that's how you would stabilize it using some form of interfacing that will match the consistency of your fabric. Okay. So now that I have that side on, I'm going to go ahead and zip my zipper up. I know I don't have the other one on yet. But I am now I'm going to mark the same marking. I'm going to mark it the other side because it should match up to the other side of the fabric. Because remember, I already marked the fabric with where the stop should be on the other side. All right. So let's go ahead and might have marked the wrong side. Okay. Now here you want to make sure that you don't twist your zipper up. So it's best to lay your zipper flat. It's best to lay your zipper flat and then lay your fabric on top and then flip it over like that because you could easily get that zipper twisted. And nothing worse than you start and get ready to start or zip your pants up and realize that it's twisted. So go ahead and since I marked the top marking already right there, I'm going to go ahead and line my zipper stop, the top of the zipper with that. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and pin this real quick. Just make sure it don't go nowhere while I'm shifting around. All right, so now I'm going to anchor my zipper foot. I'm going to go ahead and put my needle in, and I'm just going to stitch forward a little bit and stitch back. Okay, so now I got my threads anchored in there. I don't like my threads getting caught up in the zipper, so I'll go ahead and clip those out. Okay, now my marking should line up with the marking here. You can see it a little bit right here. So you said you didn't realize the time? Not me either. Half the time I don't. All right, so that should line up. It's close enough, but can you see? I'm just going to pin this and allow you to see this really quick. Tell you this is what happens sometimes if you don't align it up right. All right, so can you see? See if I can scan this in just a little bit. Okay, so can you see where this my marking on the zipper is a little bit off from the marking on the fabric? That's what will cause a little bit of puckering at the bottom of your zipper too. So you have to make sure that it's lined up as best as possible. If you happen to stitch it and it's off a little bit like that, that's why I don't sew the bottom part up because I can fix that at the end. I can make it work. Okay. So, but sometimes sewing it because the fabric at the bottom feeds faster than what's on top, it may meet up to that, but just in case it don't, we're gonna make it work. Okay. So I'm going ahead and I'm not pulling or pressing or tugging on anything, but it's clearly about a pinch off, which I know if I had sewed the bottom up first, it would have been a little bit of pucker at the bottom. Okay. So now I'm going to zip this up. Okay. Wait, did I sew that on right? I still might have sewed it on wrong. Either that or have it twisted. Oh, wait. Sorry, I had it backwards. Okay. All right. So I have that zipper in. Now I can see a little bit of that. I could probably at some point probably get a little bit closer to that to make it where you can't see that brown zipper. Because usually with invisible zipper, it should be just that invisible. Now technically you can't see it, right? It's invisible. But now we still got to close the bottom up. All right. So don't do anything with this yet. Close the bottom up. See now, let me show you this. If I had stitched the zipper up, if I go ahead and pin this from the bottom, and line it up from the bottom the way it should be. I don't know if you can see that in there. It looks a little dark, but this side has more fabric in it than this side. So that would definitely be a little pinch in there. Can you see that? There would be a pinch right there. Okay. But what I'm going to do is start from the top and pin down. I'm going to even it up right there. Start from the top and pin my way down. Okay. So when I do that, see that difference right there? There's about a quarter of an inch difference. All right. Now, I know you said, well, that's going to make the pants leg uneven. No, it won't, because you're going to hem the pants leg, well, probably about 1.5 inches too. So you're going to mark your pants length even. Yes, the bottom part would be off, but the hem technically itself wouldn't be off because you've already allowed yourself about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of hem. So you wouldn't even see that. You can kind of even that off when you serge the edge of it or whatnot. So what I'm going to do, I'm lay this aside here real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and change my zipper foot. This is where these side zippers come in at, like the left and the right side. So I need the other one. I need the one that's going to go alongside the zipper. So I guess that would be the right side. So I need this edge because I need it to go along this side of the zipper. All right. So I'm going to change my zipper feet out. That way it'll get as close to the zipper, because I couldn't do this with this a regular zipper foot, and I definitely can't do it with the invisible zipper because I'm not sewing on channels right now, the zipper teeth. I'm actually sewing alongside it, but I need to get as close to that seam, original seam, as possible. Okay. So I'm gonna flip that out of the way. And I did a little edge stitching, probably about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. Not quite 1/2 inch, but get that thread. All right, so again, I'm going to go ahead and put my needle down in the machine, in the fabric, anchor that. Yeah, I think it was more like 1/4 inch. Okay, all right, just going to back stitch a little bit, make sure it's anchored in there. All right, and I'm just going to sew my way up, not pulling, having to pull a tuck or anything. And my goal is to get back as close to the original stitching on that zipper as I possibly can. Okay, stopping right where that mark is, because that's where I ended up. Now it's going to be just a little bit off, but you're not going to even see it on the outside. Okay. When I say it's going to be a little bit off, it's not going to line up exactly to that point. But it's going to be very close. So you'll have to use my nail polish. Okay. So see right there, it's just a tiny bit off, but when I flip it over, you won't even know that part. Okay. So there is your zipper, and that's the end right there. All right. And when I press it out, press it open, it just lays smooth. So that's how you put a zipper foot in perfectly. Okay. And then, of course, at the top, you finish it off the way you normally finish your zipper teeth off at the top. But now the top part, um, and see, I'm going to show you this because sometimes when we think we got it lined up right, sometimes we don't. You can see at the top how that was just a tad bit off, just a tiny bit. And so you can just trim that off and make it even. But if it's not lined up right at the top, or if you don't have it stabilized where the fabric doesn't shift, or if you've just mislined it up, that's what will cause that little pucker at the bottom. But that's fixable. Okay. Hey, Elisa, how art thou? All right, so now what I would go in and then do is just go ahead and sew across the end of the zipper and trim that zipper teeth off. But because I'm probably going to use this again as a sample, I'm going to leave it just like it is. But you can cut that excess off. The other point that tip that I want to give is always make sure that your zipper tape is longer than what is required. So if it calls for a 7-inch zipper, I'll probably do a 9-inch zipper. That way it gives you, when you get ready to flip this out, say for instance, you have to go in the inside, um, pull that zipper open. Maybe I didn't line it up right. Maybe I did sew the bottom up first. But now I got to go back in and open the zipper up. But I need to take the zipper, go back, pull the zipper back out and go back to the other side. So in order to pull that zipper pull out, if you sew right up to the zipper, you really don't have any zipper teeth, a tape to work with. You can actually pull that back through. See, pulling that back through, and I can pull this out. Let me get past that thread under there. I just opened it up. It got caught in there. But that's how you pull that back out. So I just need to stitch that back close up under there. So I probably didn't back stitch, I don't think. But anyway, that's how you get back in it. But if you don't have any extra zipper tape to work with, then you wouldn't be able to make the adjustments down here. If, say for instance, if one side was longer than the other one, your tape would look like this. You would have extra tape feeding just like that. Like one side would be have more fabric in it than the other one. So what you would do in that case, and I will go ahead and open this up. If you've seen me do this before, but if that's the case where one zipper tape side, once you sew it in, and one side is, once you get it underneath, one side is longer than the other one, in order to even that out, you would have to cut the zipper tape off. Go ahead and cut this off. Okay. And then you would slide that zipper off like that. You would line it up so it's even. I'll go ahead and cut this shorter. So I already used it. I can always get another one. Well, all right. See how that's uneven? All right, so what you would do is go ahead and cut it short. Now, it did show uneven, but remember I was about that much off at the bottom. So it's very telling once you take the zipper apart. So you go ahead and smooth everything out. Even that zipper up. Cut it even. Okay. And then you go ahead, you see your zipper teeth have channels. You see that? Okay. So you can actually feed the zipper back in those channels right there. So I'm going to open the teeth up, open them flat, and I'm going to start feeding the zipper teeth back into the zipper pull. Now you want to make sure that you feed them in there evenly in order for it to come out even. Okay. So on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. It's kind of tricky. Okay. So I got both in there. Now I'm going to grab it like this, grab the teeth. I'm going to pull it just like that. So you pull it, it comes back on. Okay. Now I can zip it back up. All right. So I'm just going to zip it right back up into there, just like that. And then I'm going to go back in and sew that back up like I had before. Now that I did that, you can see how now that part where I forced it to fit is uneven. Okay, see how that's uneven right there? But I didn't cut that back off. So now I'm going to go ahead and open this back up and even that up, and now it's going to work like it should. Because I evened the zipper up, now the bottom part is not feeding even. This is what you would do if you sewed the zipper up, the bottom up first, just like this, and the zipper teeth was uneven. Now it matches. Okay, so go back in and sew this up. Oh, all right, now everything is back even again. Okay, see, just like it was originally, everything is even. Okay. All right, and then I will go in and, like I say, I would stitch across the bottom. So you can even see on here where it was off. Like I marked it the same the first time, but you see the difference, that same quarter of an inch, how it's off. And that happens sometimes, but it's fixable. If you get a zipper tape that's longer than what's required, it will allow you to go in and make the necessary changes to um, fix that zipper at the bottom. Okay, give it a good press, and now you got an invisible zipper. All right. Now, the next one that I was going to show was a lapped zipper. Okay. And what did I do with? What did I do with zipper tape? Uh, no, that's not it. What did I do with it? All right, let me grab me another one because mine just disappeared somewhere. Oh, I see it. I left it over at the ironing board. All right, so I hope that was helpful. All right, so this is a lap zipper. Now I will, on this one, I will sew from the bottom, sew the bottom of the zipper. Go ahead and mark where the zipper stop is. Okay. Now I'm going to use the narrow foot zipper on this one. That way I don't have to keep changing it. So I'm going to use that one. Okay. I'd like to use a 1-inch seam allowance on this one. So if your pattern calls for a um, 5/8 inch seam allowance, go ahead and use a 1/8 or a 1-inch seam allowance because you want a decent amount of overlap on your zipper. Now, this is not the fly front. It resembles the fly front. There's one extra step or a couple extra steps to the fly front, but this is similar to it. This is like in your regular trouser pants that you can use this zipper. All right, and this is where this conceals the zipper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use the 1-inch seam allowance. All right, so go ahead and put your needle down at the starting point. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. Wow, I just had a feeling that was gonna happen. The needle, my fabric jumped ship. All right, let's start this again. All right, my starting point, I'm go ahead and put the needle in place. Okay. Go ahead and stitch forward, stitch backwards. Make sure you lock it in good. Go ahead and stitch from that point down to the hem of your fabric. Okay. Now, if you want to, now you can do a basting stitch here if you like. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to tell you to do this. Or it might be easier. Might be easier. Go ahead and do a basting stitch. So I just did a 3.0 stitch. Go ahead and do your basting stitch length. And you're going to base from the top down to the where you just finished, where you started for the first time. Okay. All right. So you can go ahead and press that because that's going to be important to press. Okay. Go ahead and press that open. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to press it flat first and then press it open. Okay. All right. So now that you've pressed it, I don't think I backstitched it. I hope I didn't. Go ahead and undo that. Undo your basting. Take that back out. And whether you're using your flap is going to be on the left side or the right side. Usually the women's flap, it flaps over from the right. The flap is over on the coming from the right side of the body. The men's is usually the opposite. So with that being said, I'm going to apply the zipper first to the left side. So I hope you can see that. So for you, it's looking opposite. Like this is the right side here, and this is the left side. So the women's pants usually flap over from this side, usually overlap on this side like that. The men's usually overlap this way. So with that being said, this will be my overlap. So I'm going to start here and apply the zipper. So what I would do is take about a quarter of an inch above where I pressed it. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna fold that out about a quarter of an inch. So you can either pin it like that or you can press it like that. It doesn't matter. Just a little hair over. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin it in place. Again, this is gonna be kind of like your front zipper. This is the easy way to do an overlap. Don't worry about the bottom part. Yes, it's not going to be even down there. So, but that's the way you want it. We're just going to sew up to the stop where we stitch from the stopping point downward. That's where we're going to end up at. But it should look like this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a press. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and line my zipper up. The zipper teeth, the zipper pull face up like this. I'm going to line my tape up just like that alongside the zipper teeth, the edge of the zipper teeth. Go ahead and pin that in place. And you can open this up, open the zipper teeth up if you need to. Doesn't matter. Okay. So you're going to line up right there along the edge. Now, you're going to line it up along the edge, but you're not going to sew on the edge. And the reason being is because your zipper has to be able to pull up. If that fabric is too close to the zipper and has no room to move up or down, it's going to keep that zipper from moving up or down. So you got to give it room, got to give it a little leeway. Okay. So that's all in how you sew it. So we're not going to do like the invisible foot, sew it very close to the edge, but close enough. All right. So it should look like that. So that's why I'm using narrow foot, because the narrow foot is going to allow me to sew this on, but not too close. Okay. Now I might need to redo that though. Okay. No, I think we're gonna be fine. Okay. All right. So again, this fabric, the zipper is moving. It's almost like the zipper foot is pushing the teeth down, the fabric down. But with that fabric being stabilized under there, you can hold it in place. You might have to baste it in place in order for that zipper, um, the fabric not to move. Okay. All right. So I'm glad I used a contrasting fabric. All right. So see, that's what that looks like. Okay. See, I didn't sew so close to the edge where I can't move the zipper up. So I'm gonna zip it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Sews up easy. And it sews up easy because there's a little bit of space right up under there that gives you a little room, a little channel, if you will, to zip that up. So I'm going to go ahead and close it up just like I have it closed. And then I'm going to go ahead and overlap that zipper. Now, there was the original seam where you folded it and pressed it. That's where you want to keep it. All right, that's where you want to line it up. So when I press it, I can still faintly see the line that I used where it was originally pressed at. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that in place. And I'm going to capture the other side of the zipper. Okay. So I'm pinning it here, but I'm going up under the zipper teeth and pinning, trying to capture both sides of the zipper tape. If that makes sense. All right, so I am going to go back up here. Tape that in place. Now, sometimes it's hard to sew past the zipper because you don't want that, you don't want the stitching to be too wide up under there, too far apart. Because you can see here that the zipper tape is technically not together. Now, what you can do here, so that the zipper, when you sew this part on, it's not that wide apart at the top. You want it to be as close together as possible like that. Okay. So you could kind of tack that together with the needle, or here, let's do this. I'm going to do it with the machine. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, you could hold it together with your hand, but sometimes it makes it hard. It still wanted to come undone. All right, so that's what I mean by kind of holding it together. That's not necessary, but if you need to do it, you can do that. All right, so I'm going to, again, line that up with the original fold line and pin that in place. All right, so now I know my zipper pull and head is right here. So I want to bypass all of that. My zipper tape, how far over is my zipper tape? Okay, my zipper tape is here. So I want to be in alignment with that zipper tape. I want to make sure I catch it in line. All right, so I'm going to measure that. So I'm probably going to do, all right, about a 3/8 inch, a 3/4 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to start, I'm going to mark where I'm going to start. This is why I use the narrow foot also, because I got to get around that bulk of that zipper. Okay. Now, you're not going to be able to see any guides or anything on your machine. If you have a guide somewhere that you can, like a visible, something visible that you can see how to keep your line, keep this in alignment, you can. If not, you may need to go ahead and mark it all the way down to make sure that you keep that line straight as possible. Okay. There's nothing wrong with creating yourself a guide to sew along. Okay. All right. So this is where my zipper ends here. Now, again, my zipper teeth is long again because I don't want to sew over the zipper stop, and I want to end up catching it when I don't have to. So I make my zipper pull a little bit longer so I don't have to deal with that. Sometimes it's impossible, but as much as you possibly can, get a longer zipper tape. Okay. All right. All right. So this is what I did. Okay. All right. That's where I marked it at. Okay. So I'm going to sew along that marking. Hey, Deneen, how art thou? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start off and push it back to a 3.0. Don't forget to take that pin out. Now, this is definitely a fabric that I would stabilize, and reason being because it's shifting. Okay. I'm going to stop right where the zipper stop is. I'm going to pivot, turn it around, and I'm going to sew across the bottom. Now, because this is a plastic zipper, you can sew straight across. You do want to make sure that your seam allowance is lined up with the zipper teeth. Okay. In this case, it's probably going to be off just a little because remember you had that little bit of extra layover. Okay, I'm going to back stitch right there. Now, I used a marking pen that's heat soluble, heat removable. So it's all good. All right. So now there's your zipper. There's your overlap zipper. Okay. And that's what it looks like underneath. Okay. So it's nice and overlap. You don't see it. And you can go back and clip this part. That's not going to affect anything because it's above the zipper stop. So that little stitching across the top, that was just to make sure that these two zippers was in alignment. And you can see it's nice and even from top to bottom. If you didn't do that, then that would probably be over a little bit further. It probably wouldn't be even. Did you? Okay, you posted your zipper install. So let me know where you posted it. Make sure you tag So Much Talent. And so if you can't remember, hashtag SMT 2025 Stash Busting Challenge or Stash Busting Fast. That's what it was. All right, so I'm going to go and sew over across the bottom of this so that that's in place. Back stitch again. That is because it's a plastic zipper, or you can stitch over the bottom. Now, you can stitch over the bottom like you saw me do in the back, sew along Tuesday. You just have to be careful, okay? Because as I was showing you, this is similar to the zipper. This is the actual zipper I use. Now, keep your zipper tape and stuff like that, especially when it's that length, because you can use this again. Like I still have the bottom part of it. I can, um, I should be able to use this by putting another zipper on top. I think I can use it again. This is a different kind of zipper. I have to get across that other part, so I don't know. But anyway, what I was telling you all the other day is that you can sew over this. You just have to be careful because see how the teeth of the zipper feed opposite each other? So you can get in there, but then you have to move your needle up over here. So instead of sewing straight across, you would be sewing into a tooth. But you also can pull these teeth. I was hoping to be able to have my zipper pull, my teeth puller. That's what I call it, teeth puller out because it literally allows you to pull these teeth out of the zipper effortlessly. And so let's see if I can unzip this. Yeah. There's a kit with zipper stop. So this is a zipper stop that can actually be pulled off and reset. And you can pull these teeth off to give as much tape as you need. Maybe you need a shorter tape, but you want it to stop. You don't want to you can't mess with that part right there. But you can pull the teeth here and make your zipper shorter from this end and reset the pull and get you a shorter length zipper. The other one you just saw me, I shortened the zipper from the bottom. All right. So I'll go ahead and stitch that across the bottom. And now I can go ahead and cut off that extra tape. I don't need to go back in here for any reason. So that's all done and set. And my zipper's in there, and that's what it looks like from the back side. Okay. All right. So that was two zippers. And again, don't you can save your tape. You could always cut this off from the bottom and reset your zipper, put your another pull on here. So this is kind of how that continuous zipper tape works. If you bought like a bulk zipper roll and they sent you a package full of two pulls, this is how this works. When you cut the zipper off, you cut off as much as you need. Maybe you need a 2-inch zipper. Maybe you need a 4-inch or 6-inch zipper, whatever you need. You can actually add the pulls back onto here, like I showed you just a minute ago, and seal off the bottom. And now you got your whole new zipper. All right, so those zippers that you cut off that's too long, don't throw them away. They can be reused. All right. So that was two zipper installs that I showed you. All right. That was let's see, we did the invisible zipper. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this like I just showed you across the bottom. So I don't need it. I can use the rest of that zipper tape for something else. They have some cute pulls out there. So that spam is messing with my phone, interrupting my live. All right. So that's your invisible zipper, and you just go in and press that bottom. Okay. Make sure it's nice and neat and laying down flat. Now you got your invisible zipper. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and press this now. Okay. Except for the extra thread that I stitched with. All right, there you go. So that's your invisible zipper. And you can see I used a brown zipper, but you can't see it, right? Because it's invisible. And then here you go, your lap zipper. All right. So those are two zipper installs. And if I get a chance, I have the opportunity to come back in tonight, I may do two more zipper installs so that you can see it. But if you happen to be sewing in zippers and sewing something with zippers, joining with the stash busting sew along fast, make sure that you tag me in it. Tag so much talent, or mainly so much hashtag SMT 2025 stash busting fast. All right. So as I tell you, if you want to stay on, you can. Hey, Demetra, how art thou? Listen, Demetra. I guess I just didn't take it serious enough about this snow, and I didn't think we would get snow, but I woke up to snow this morning. Like I heard Dee say that she thought it was doing something outside her door. I just didn't realize that Augusta was getting snow. So I hope you guys are okay up there. I see a lot of you all posting pictures outside moving around, snowball fights and everything. Brad James, um, Mimi, all y'all up there playing around in the snow. You covered? Wow. So I don't know if you can see through my window, but yeah, we're not covered. Like it's starting to diminish a little bit, or it's standing still. But it was a little bit more covered than that. But yeah, I just didn't realize, and I thought it was really funny. But it's all good. It's all good. So if you want to, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, but I'm gonna come back in because I'm gonna be sewing on I'm gonna be altering a wool coat. I've got to take in here. Let's talk about it for a second. So y'all can come back in if you want to see this. Okay. So I've got to okay. So I've got to take in the sleeves. I've got to hem it, and I've got to take in oh yeah, the back both sleeves. So I'll probably end up taking that sleeve off from here to here. Probably taking a little bit here and here on the sides, and then taking the back seam in. So if you want to see me do that, join me for the next live video coming up in probably about 10 minutes. I'll give myself just a little quick break. Um, and then join me for that. All right. If y'all have any questions about the zipper install that I did, let me know. And I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. You can DM me, add your comments here on this video, or you can message me at so much talent at yahoo.com. And I'll see your questions, I'll see your email, and I'll respond. Okay. All right. With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all to life. Y'all hang in there with this Stash Busting Fast. Oh, I did promise to show you what I was going to be working on. I don't know if I did. Did I show it? I might have showed you already. All right. So I think it was Nina. I don't know if Nina's still on here, but Nina said that she's doing multiple things in one pattern. So I think she's doing zippers. She can accomplish her zipper challenge, and she can also accomplish the setting sleeves. So next week, starting Sunday, we're doing setting sleeves. So find you something with a setting sleeve. It could be a dress, it could be a top, it could be a jacket. Whatever you have, let it be set in. And then let's see, next week is setting sleeves. The week after, we're doing anything with darts in it. So I have, I'm not sure if I'm doing this dress or not, but I have pulled this dress here. I don't even know if it's my size. Yeah, it's my size. So this is a basic, simple dress that can be made in any kind of fabric and look nice. So I just pulled this as an example, but it might just be what I use. I don't know. I don't have many dresses like this, like I used to. But this one has bust darts. You can see right there, it has bust darts and it has waist darts. It has the same bust waist darts in the back with the fisheye darts. So I may just do that to demonstrate darts. So the third week is darts, and then the last week is lapel, notched lapels on your collar. So that's what a notched lapel is. So I think this is going to be my choice, and it's going to accomplish two of my goals. It's going to accomplish the setting sleeve. You can see here more on the back. See that sleeve is a setting sleeve, and then it's going to accomplish the notched collar. Okay. Hey, I just drew a blank. I want to call you Samantha, but that is so wrong. Guess what? I found my bag. I said next time I saw you, I was going to show you my bag. I found it. And I don't know if Kim is on here. Are you still here, Nina? All right, awesome. Oh, Kim. Let's see. I don't know if Kim is still on here. Oh, what happened to it? Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. So yeah. So on and so forth. Y'all make sure you check her webpage out. She made this bag. I purchased this bag. Did I purchase this bag? Did you gift it to me? I don't want to say I purchased it and you gifted it to me. Did you purchase it or did I don't even remember. I purchased so much stuff and then some people gift me things too. But is that not beautiful? I love this bag and I love the hardware on it. That is like a rose gold hardware piece. And then this could actually be a keychain. Like that she's actually I could attach that and make that a separate keychain. Oh, Elisa, you have this pattern? All right, so we could sew along together. How about that? Oh, Nina, you got this pattern too? Okay, so maybe this could be a sew along, but I'm using this for my set-in sleeves and for my notches. All right, so I'll do part one next week, and then I have to finish up the rest. Um, how's that gonna work though? I wish it had darts on it because we could go into the darts. Wow, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Um, but yes, so yeah, make sure y'all check this out. So on and so forth. Make sure you check out her YouTube channel. And I love the lining. Like she put her own lining in there, so on and so forth brand. All right, but this is an ostrich, it's like a coral. It's I don't know if the color translates well, but it's beautiful. So I've always loved this. So I got since I found it, I got to carry it. I did some zippers this week. I need to post in the group, loving this challenge. Yeah, please do, y'all. Everybody that's doing zippers, please post hashtag SMT 2025 SMT 2025 stash busting fast. And now so much talent. Hashtag so much talent. But Kim's on here. I've gotten several things from Kim. Now the first thing that she did, Kim, I think actually gifted this one to me. and Kim Burton with So Happy 2021. I think it's what it was. 10, I can't remember. So Happy. Sonia, thank you, because you know I was struggling. I don't know why I drew a blank. I wanted to call you Sandra, Sabrina. I was like, that is not right. I need some more ginseng. I need to take ginseng or something. All right. So, but yeah, Kim gifted this to me. It was the bag. And you can find Kim. Kim is usually on in the mornings on TikTok. Girl, don't laugh at me. You know who you are. Kim is usually on TikTok. Lord Jesus. Kim is usually on TikTok going live and is so happy. I think it's 1021 or so happy Kim or something like that. I don't know. Kim, if you're on here, please straighten me out. But she goes live about 6 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, sewing. And, she does a lot of vendor events and things like that. So she did our retreat in 2023. She did a class on how to market your gifts, market your things that you sew for like vendorships and things like that. So that was good. But but yeah, so she gifted this to me. It's got the zipper here. She's got her brand label. I love when y'all use your brands. And I had a nice little keychain, key fob to go with it. Y'all with them fobs, I tell you. And then she made a matching wallet, y'all. I purchased it. Okay. All right. So I tell you, I either purchase it or like I said, somebody will gift something to me. Nina said, yes, I'm doing a Mimi G. Catherine that have darts in the pants. A Mimi G pattern. Is that probably what you meant? Have darts in the pants and invisible zipper. I got to find me some more individual zippers, invisible zippers. Yeah, this autocorrect is a monster, ain't it? Yeah. So yeah, isn't that cute? But this one, she gifted that to me, and like I said, I'm impressed. I love hardware and stuff. Like I tell my husband, when it comes to cars and stuff like that, I'm not into name brand stuff, but I love aesthetics. It's got to look good to me. Like I love the body types and cars and things like that. I love wheels and things. I care less about the name. I want it to look good. The price got to be good. But yeah, so that's Kim, and this is a faux leather that she's used with like a twill cotton, I guess you would call it, canvas cotton. But Kim, her name on here is Shad Designs, SHAD, Shad Designs by Kim. All right, so I get that one. And this is the other one. I purchased this one from Kim during the retreat. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. It's beautiful. See, I can tell I like little bags and purses and things, right? Yeah, I got a whole big giant box of bags and purses. Like I don't even know what to do with them. I don't have enough room in my closet. It's insane. All right, so and I'm gonna show you one more that I found that a sewist in our So Much Talent group did. Her name is Dee. Dee is one of our admins. She's the one that does the birthday salutations all the time, but she also has a business called Addis Bella Creations, and she makes bags also. And let me grab hers and show you her bags. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, y'all. I still got stuff in this bag. Like I changed bags like crazy, and I might even have some money here, y'all. I am my own personal banking system. I go in my bags and I find I got money. Like I ain't talking about no little change either. And I'll be like, oh my God. Okay, I can see I got all kinds of stuff in here. Okay. I think I'm the only one that carries like 10 lipsticks and fingernail polish everywhere I go. Why? And you know this bag old because we don't even wear masks no more. Got all kind of stuff here. Hope ain't got no bills in here ain't paid. Well, I would have known by now, huh? All right, but anyway, so look at that. Look at that lining. Oh my goodness. And the hardware, and this is a like a tote bag. But I tell you, I'm so impressed with accessories. I love this. And she got her AB for Addis Bella Designs. And she named it after her granddaughter. And yes, it says Addis Bella Made. But the detail on it, I love it. Yeah. I mean, look at that. I love it. So y'all keep making these bags, keep making these purses, these clutches, these wallets and stuff like that cuz people are watching. Like I'm always looking. Like what's Trey, is it Trey Payton? There's another lady in our group that's making stuff outside of you. So you'd make bags, and there's two other ladies that's making bags, but that I don't know how to find it. I don't know where their bags are. I don't know if they have websites. I don't know if they selling them, but they're making them. And I think I reached out to Trey. I think that's her name. Once. So I got to see if she's selling them because they make some nice bags. And I be done spent money on everybody's. Trina. Thank you, Trina. Yeah. So yeah, there are so many crafty, and gifted, talented people inside the So Much Talent group. I know it's over, y'all. I think it's like 10,600 now, but there's gonna be those that show up all the time. It's not all 10,000 people not active, but I do think it's maybe like 2,500, 3,000 that's usually watching or scrolling or reading. They just don't say anything. And then there's a handful that's always active, always saying stuff. And out of those that do and share their work, there's so much talent, so much talent, right? So make sure if you're not in the group, make sure you check it out. So Much Talent on Facebook. There's almost always also the So Much Talent page where you see a lot of the feed from Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, but you are on Facebook, check out the So Much Talent page. And then also we're on TikTok, but I don't do a whole lot on TikTok, and I don't even know what the plans is for TikTok anymore. I think they're supposed to be ending it, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But either way, you can always find me on Instagram and you can find me going live here. All right. Well, like I said, this video is long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the next one where I'll actually be working on this coat. All right. So thank y'all for watching. If you can come back in a few minutes, come back. I'll send a heads up inside the Facebook group and maybe post it here and send a post here. But if you can come back and watch me alter this coat. If not, I will see y'all the next time. Happy sewing. I love y'all to life.